Clay Popel with Popel Backyard Farm. What are we doing, Dolly?
Well, we went to the food auction, produce auction, and we bought another half bushel of tomatoes, and we processed them through our squeezo, which if you haven't seen what a squeezo is, it's a all metal apparatus that squeezes the seeds and skins out one side of it and allows the juice and the pulp to go out the other side. And we filled, these kettles were both probably right up to here where the spoon is, and we've been cooking these down. We're making some chili with this. We've got beans and celery and onions and garlic and
We're going to can it up.
some
Oh, I'm sorry.
peppers that we bought at the food auction that were bell peppers, but I think they cross-pollinated with a hot pepper because they were a little bit on the warm side when we ate one, which is fine because I like hot too, but not too hot. So we're cooking down this, and it's got the burger and the beans and everything in there, as you can see.
We like it thicker, but we turned one pot into two, kind of.
Yeah.
But we said we were going to add to it later.
Keep stirring it and let it cook down all the juice out of there and make a nice thick chili.
Well,
and we're going to can them up.
Show them some of the jars that we're going to use.
We're going to can them up in some of the quart jars. We still got to put them in get them in the hot water.
Show
we have a half-gallon jars, so...
Does that one come out clean?
No, this one's got to be reclaimed.
We have hard water, so we have
That's
to keep.
fine.
Sometimes if something doesn't come out, I just clean it again.
We got some half-gallon jars that we also picked up at an auction. There was 7 of them. I think I picked them up for $2, which was good.
Show some of the canning equipment. So some of that's new. What it is. The lids.
Well, they're just basic rings with the caps in it. They can see canning on just about any channel. There's a lot of people do it, and I'm sure that some of these people do it. And if they don't, they should start watching some videos and get in the habit of it, because tomorrow we're going to make. What are we making tomorrow, Ruthie?
Jelly.
What kind of jelly are we making?
Oh my. Marmalade is one.
Yeah. We're
Pomegranate
going to make
and
green tomato jam. Now everybody's going, ugh, green tomatoes. But green tomatoes, you chop them all up and you cook them down and you add Jello gelatin or royal gelatin or whatever box gelatin that you can find. There's generic, there's brand names. You take a box of that with like 6 cups of blender chopped up green tomatoes, 6 cups of that with 1 box of the Jello, and you cook it down. We're going to add 1 can of crushed pineapple with the juice and a box of, or no, we won't use the pectin for that. The Jello will make it gel. So once you get it all cooked down and you put it in your jars and seal your jars, and you can hot water bath the jars or whatever way you like to do it. Also, we're going to make plum jam.
Oh
now,
yeah.
we have
We're cook. This has been.
we have 2 boxes of boxes of plums that
Let's see the plums.
we've got to cook them down.
Don't even look at my messy house. I have been non-stop chopping vegetables, canning for weeks, huh, honey?
Yes. And once we get this chili done tomorrow, we're going to do the jellies. We're also going to take, and with the plum jelly, you will use sugar and pectin when you cook that down and then put it in the jars in the hot water bath. We're also going to make a grape, pomegranate, and cherry juice combination. and you take the juice, 6 cups of juice, 4 cups of sugar, and a box of pectin, and boil that up and then put it in the jars, and then do your hot water bath or whatever way you want to do the sealing. But as far as flavor, they are fantastic flavored jams. But right now we're kind of over our head in chili right now. We still got to can these up, and which is going to be no big deal because Ruthie and I have a method.
We work as a team.
Yeah.
Oh, tell about how you turn the jars when we do
All right,
the jars.
To help seal the jars, when you've got this stuff at a boiling point, you want to get it in the jar, which you'll use.
I have the wide mouth and the small mouth separated.
You will use a funnel, and you will
a ladle.
ladle into your chili or whatever into this because it's boiling hot. Once you get that done and you get it filled, I got a ring that big. You put your lid on. Always wipe the rim of the jar in case you get some product on there. You put your lid on. You screw your lid on and use 3 fingers. And when you're finger tight, then what we do is we turn the jar upside down.
And why do we do that?
Because the hot boiling product in the jar will also sterilize the lid. And what we do is we leave it upside down. This is the way my mother canned. We didn't use the hot water bath and all that. As long as your product is boiling and you fill that jar and wipe the rim and put your lid on and turn that upside down, you let that jar set for a good 4 to 5 hours. Then all you got to do is turn it upside down and it will be vacuum sealed.
But our disclaimer
And the lid will be sterilized from the hot product. Now, I'm not saying to do this.
wait, let me interrupt here. Our disclosure is always do what the blue book says.
Yes,
Don't do what we do.
the ball
do what
canning.
The ball canning book.
But this is the way my mother's done it, or did it for years. I'm almost 60 years old. I haven't died yet. And I've been canning for years. So, that's how we do the jelly, too. We don't use the hot water bath because we have, as you can see, it's boiling. And while I'm ladling them in the jars, it stays boiling. We don't shut it off. The only time when we shut it off is going to be when we get to the bottom of the kettle.
And then we'll eat the rest for supper.
And then we'll eat the rest for supper.
You know, this floor's pretty dirty in here. Mr. Kitty's been jumping and everything.
Yes.
He even jumped in a cupboard.
He's a pain in the butt. All right, so you can do it. Can and watch videos on canning. There's plenty of people that will show you what to do and how to do it if you're not accustomed to it. But the way we do it, I have yet to have a jar where the lid goes bad and pops. As you can see up above, we still have canning jars with cauliflower and jam. There's some jam from last year, the fruit jam. There's on the other side, Ruthie's got apple butter.
I don't have apple butter up there, do I? Those
some
are
of
pickles.
it. Oh, they might be pickles. All right, that's fine.
We gotta do apple butter.
We still got to do apple butter yet, but you're the one that said you were done canning.
I always say I'm done. Well, that's because I got really tired this past week.
Yeah.
Because I want to get my house clean, and every time I every time I get to
You stop and think. All this stuff we've been canning up, all the jars that we've got up right now, is middle of winter when you don't feel like doing anything but crocheting, and you can get up and say, boy, I'd like a big bowl of soup. All you have to do is go open a jar and heat it up. You don't have to set over a stove or anything like that. She wants to do baking, and the time to do baking is in the winter. It helps heat the house up too.
After this, we do baking. don't worry too much about us because truthfully, we just do like 1 or 2 things a day and just add it to our other chores. I mean, some people go to the
We
gym.
don't normally get to any of this until the weekends.
Right.
And
so,
we still have other chores
well,
to do
right.
too.
So it's not the end of the world. We just make it sound
We
like
still have to do cabbage and
I know.
zucchini.
Onions. Cubes.
She's been dehydrated. Yes, we still have cucumbers too. Yes,
But
we've
we're-
been dehydrating.
But I pace it out. I pace it
Yeah.
out. I take the things that need to be done first, and it paces out, and then we start up the next week. It only lasts for like a month or so anyway.
Well, it's usually the month of September to the middle of October, and then we're done.
Right.
So you're talking maybe 4 weeks of constant
Canning.
canning, dehydrating, and whatnot. But I'll tell you,
You save so much.
you
it's
get in the middle of
ridiculous.
February and you're out snow blowing in the cold, you appreciate a nice hot bowl of chili without having to come in and cook it.
Exactly.
All right, this is Clay and Ruthie, and if you have any questions, comment down below. We'll try to answer them when we get to you. Just remember, the way we do it is we put the boiling product in, we wipe the rim, we put the lid on, make sure your jars are full of hot water
Yes.
ahead of time.
I'm ready
we-
to. I'm ready
We're
to
ready
fill.
to get. She'll put them in.
It's got something on it, so they
All
have
right,
to go
you'll
back
have to,
in.
you can check them all out. But you fill them with hot water, keep the jars hot, because if the jars are cool, there's other ways of doing it. Some people do them in the oven, but we put them in the sink full of hot water until we're ready to put them in there. So the jars are hot when we put that boiling water. Otherwise, you'll get thermal shock. If it's a cool jar and you put that hot boiling product in there, it'll blow the bottom right out. It'll just crack right around here, and the bottom will fall right out of it.
And you want to make sure all your stuff is spotlessly clean.
Yes, and you want them good and hot.
Not like
You want
this
your-
jar
You want
that
your
has something in it that's
Put it in
going in
there.
the wash.
all right, but make sure your lids are in hot water too, because they need to be in hot water because of this seal. It softens the seal, and when you put that on that hot jar and you screw the ring down on there, it's sealed good and tight.
And our dishes are out here because my dishwasher doesn't work because
So
of hot
she
water.
uses it for a rack.
So I get so much dishes I fill up here, then I got to fill all there because we're working quick, cutting and chopping and digging out big bowls. So I'll fill up here with
And
the
I asked her if
dishes.
she wanted a new dishwasher, and she told me no.
No, because it doesn't work. The dishes never get clean, and it's just gross.
All right, you like dishes by hand.
I just do them by hand. It doesn't
All right,
take that long.
they're thickening up really nice, Ruthie.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful.
All right, we're going to let them cook a little longer, and then we're going to jar them up.
And we're gonna have some because I love.
Well, when we get to the end of it, we'll have chili.
See, I got my second wind.
Just watch you don't drop your
I
phone
know.
into the
I
chili.
got my second wind now about preparing food. I got kind of discouraged because I was all set to get the house in order.
Well, I like
And then
to
I said, well,
I
just
like to
finish
work
the
with you
canning.
and, so that you know what's going on.
Just been well, it's a lot nicer. Two hands.
All
are a
right,
lot
so
nicer.
this is Clay and Ruthie, just giving you an idea of what we did with the squeezo. It took me an hour to do about a bushel of tomatoes. All you have to do is just quarter them. These were the big tomatoes. You quarter them, put them in the squeezo, and it just squeezes everything out of there. The chicken benefit because they get the skins and the seeds, and they loved it. And we got the pulp and the juice. And we cooked it down, and we're making some decent chili for now and later.
That's right.
All right.
And we'll see you in the next video. Please like, please share this on Twitter, Facebook, and all that good stuff.
This is Clay and Ruthie saying goodbye.
Bye bye.